while, so they can answer all your nitty-gritty history questions for you. I'll open it up, Brian, if you want to start us off.
Your thoughts about coming in to see so many preseason first-team guys. 14 are on the first 3 teams, but you're only picked to finish third or so. What's that say about this conference and what you guys can do, that you have so many preseason accolades? A lot is expected.
You know, I feel like we have a lot of guys that are capable of leading this team to victory. I feel like they underestimate us, especially having so many guys on first, second, and third team preseason. I feel like the guys that are not on those preseasons, there's a lot of guys that, you know, they're in the unknown right now that's going to be popping up out of nowhere, showing everybody that they're worth, you know, playing on the team, worth playing in college football, especially D1 football. Playing D1 football is really hard, so there's going to be definitely a lot of guys that's going to come out of nowhere and surprise a lot of you.
Yeah, I simply say, I mean, it's all opinions, you know. A lot of it is based off, you know, statistics, but a lot changes between 5 and 6 months. So the team you had last year is not going to be the same team you see this year. And then most of the times when you have those like rankings or opinions, a lot of times they end up being false anyway. So you just got to just roll the ball and just see where you line.
Right.
Does that add pressure, or is that more of something that they help you improve in the game? Like, you see it as a positive and negative, or look at both?
No, it's all positive. I feel like my family has taught me everything. It's a big competition, but it's never been a competition to the point that we're not helping each other. You know, my dad passed down his football knowledge to my brothers. My brothers passed down their football knowledge to me. And I feel like, you know, having that competition of wanting to be the best in everybody, like out of everybody in my family, is like been a key thing for me. But they have taught me a lot, and that's going to lead to my game this year.
I talked to the other guys about that last playoff game. It had to be a bitter pill to swallow. Should have gone the other way, we know. But do you look back at that and use it as motivation, or do you put it out of your mind?
I mean, it's always motivation, you know. It's sad, you know, that it was unfortunate, should I say, that it went that way. I feel like, you know, last 2 years, the year before that, we go down and play UCA. They hold the clock, you know, we just get an apology for that. Then you come back last year. It was actually me that forced the little strip that got called back, so, you know, that makes it a little worse. But you just got to just put it in the past and just focus on the now. So that's it.
Again, I just feel like, you know, that was just more of a motivational thing for us. We don't worry about the past. I feel like every year we just shoot to get better and better. We choose new words of wisdom every year. Last year was finish. This year is dominate, and domination is going to be a big part of our game this year. And we feel like that last Villanova game is just a motivational game for us.
Leading up to that Villanova game, you guys went on a 5-game winning streak, and how do you channel that, how you ended, to maybe bring that to the beginning of the season, because you guys scrambled to make the postseason, so start earlier, maybe you don't have to scramble as much.
Yeah, go ahead.
I say, like you said, like, what was it? I can't remember. It was my very first year. Big emphasis was just finishing. Like a lot of games, we got down to the wire. We couldn't finish. We lose by a field goal or so, or we maybe win by a field goal. So, yeah, that's definitely like an emphasis moving forward is like starting fast so we're not in that predicament. But it just ultimately came down to everybody just doing their job, just trusting one another and just playing fast.
You know, you guys say the message this year is dominate, and that's something that this defense did really well, particularly in the red zone. How do you guys carry over that mentality of, you know, being aggressive, pursuing the ball? Because you guys were a part of a defense that was probably the biggest overhaul in defensive performance from 2023 to 2024. How do you keep that standard as high as it was last year for you guys?
Consistency. We got to be consistent. Everybody on the team has to be consistent. The offense pushes us to be consistent, and the defense pushes the offense to be consistent. And I feel like if we don't have a consistent team, and everybody's not doing their job, and everybody's not giving their 100%, you can't make each other better. in order to get better, everybody has to do their job. Everybody has to push each other to be the best. And in order to be the best, we're going to have to dominate. Domination this year is going to be a key thing to winning, period. You know, we have to dominate our opponent, and that's going to lead to victory, like especially the playoffs. When undefeated and Roy Kidd winning the playoffs and going to the national championship is our key goal. We made it to the playoffs last year. The year before that, we didn't make it to anything. So the playoffs is a big thing for us, and this year we're going to win the championship.
I say one of the biggest things is just, especially with a lot of like new pieces kind of around, they haven't been here before, is just sharing, like in my case, just prior knowledge, any experience that can, help them out, just show them, try to lead the way. And then I say the biggest thing too, especially like you said in the red zone, just getting comfortable, being uncomfortable, and then once you're able to relax and just play. A lot of people, you get in the red zone, they start panicking, but you just got to just relax, clear head, and just play. I feel like once you get comfortable being uncomfortable, then it's not as hard.
And I asked this of the offensive guys. I'll ask you guys. What you guys know our offense pretty well. You guys know the skills that they have. How does that make you guys better as a unit working against them? And what are you seeing out of that group that maybe you didn't see last year?
I feel like our receiver group is crazy now. I feel like our receiver group, a lot of young guys have stepped up. TJ Mitchell, one of the smaller, fast guys that we have, is just going to be real elusive this year. People that we didn't have before, like a couple of other young guys, especially in the tight ends group. I forgot what his name was. Yeah, the young guy, he's a freshman. They were just two young guys. We call them the Twin Towers on each side. They're going to be crazy. They're going to be part of our game. We moved Cam Hergott to receiver, and he's showed out. And I believe that he's going to be a big key to his team outside of Marcus Cowwise and our running back group.
Yeah, I say aside from all of that too, especially like with me coming off the edge, I say the biggest thing has probably just been having more of a running quarterback versus just somebody that's just gonna stay in the pocket. Last year we had Matt. Matt wasn't really scrambling a whole lot, so I say it's definitely challenging like my discipline as far as like honing in when I gotta just squat versus just getting upfield.
Anything else for these two? All right, gentlemen, thank you so much.
Appreciate you.